Sometimes I just feel compelled to comment. I had mentioned you can't actually pronounce it the way it's spelled, real hobo documentary, kind of the way hobos speak. Maybe the guy was, I don't know, the guy who owns the channel claims himself to be a radio this and a prophet and so on, and hasn't posted in 4 years. 4 years ago, he posted a documentary called Steel Don't Bend. It may have been shot 30 years ago. And listening to old hobos who have, almost all of them have at least no upper teeth. Gee, I wonder why that is. And stuff. And they love talking about the blood and gore and, the rough life and people getting killed and some hobo going crazy. In one case, some hobo wouldn't give a drink of wine to another hobo who then took an axe. I'm sorry, I had to read what was on the screen. Took an axe and chopped the guy up, killed him, chopped up his woman, and threw her off the train. She lived. And the guy telling that story says, "My name is Reno. I was affiliated." Affiliated means you're a That's how stupid these fuckers are. Affiliated means you're a non-Italian member of an Italian mafia family. If you're going to try to talk the English language, try to learn and understand the words you're using. But of course, hobos, one of the things they're running away from was the fact that they probably couldn't behave in school. They couldn't behave anywhere. Nobody likes them. But they all are a brotherhood that look out for each other. That documentary, I can't really pronounce it the way it's written. I just spent a little while correcting an Arabic mineralogist who's misspelled simple words like magnetite and claimed he had a black diamond, and I was going, why don't you just prove it because I've never seen a black diamond, never even really heard of them. And I said, why didn't you just prove it by doing a Mohs hardness scale right there instead of just endlessly rotating the rock, the mineral? He was misspelling everything and just talking, and he's gotten, almost no views. This hobo documentary has managed to rack up 768 views and only 10 comments. One of them by the actually, it looks like the documentary was made by a young gay couple. I mean, dude, you'd have to be really kind of gay to where it tells me that you're really hard. First time I've ever seen a hobo wearing white pants and white shorts too. White, not tan or any other. White pants, riding a train. It was hilarious. 3 or 4 minutes. So, actually, if you go back a long ways, I treated a man nicely, and now I understand why. He said that he was hoboing or something like that. He said train ran over his legs. He lost both his legs, and he can't get SSI. And when they were showing the documentary, they showed an old man who was clearly in a nursing home, and that's why this guy. And I just said, well, because I had given a warning that shit talkers wouldn't be tolerated, so only the polite. And he asked a polite question, and actually I just said, so what is it you want to say? And that he didn't respond. And now I know why. As he lost both his legs, he probably immediately went into nursing home. And nursing home, you're getting SSI, but the SSI is being paid to the nursing home. And all you get, like in the state of Texas, it's by law, they have to be given a small fraction of that SSI or whatever disability that they're now is pretty much owned by the nursing home. Uh, Actually, I gave the thumbs up on that vote. It was only $15 a week, and yeah, I voted thumbs up on the local newspaper here to increase it to like $20 or $25 a week. And that's the answer to that question. I kind of wondered why. I was going to try to come back with saying like, well, that may mean you're still, how your upper body is still physically able, and there's plenty of button pushing and desk jobs available for people in wheelchairs, and they may not have ruled you, you know, totally, permanently disabled and stuff. But the reality is that the guy was probably trying to con me that he's already in a nursing home. And oh God, that old guy that they showed that I'm pretty sure he had lost his legs, and it almost looked like somebody had done a makeup job on him or something on his face, because his entire body was yellow from the jaundice, hepatitis. And so that's the answer to the gentleman who said when you watch this, you realize that my criticism of hobos is spot on, because all they talk about is all the hobos that got, lost an arm, got their legs cut off, got a foot cut off. Mary Sue got run over by a train and drugged for 20 feet. That means it was going so slow, she must have been hammered ass drunk. Because a train moving at full speed ain't going to drag you 200 feet. It's going to drag you 20,000 feet. You get my drift? You have to listen careful and have some knowledge of this world to understand what's going on there. So for these look like a gay couple, they're out having fun, going up and down the West Coast, and made this documentary decades ago, apparently. Remember him sitting there talking about they were in Oxnard. Oh gosh, that's like the black hole for hitchhiking in California. And about the only way you're going to get out is either walking about 30, 40 miles, which I have done, and or hopping a freight. They had to wait days. Wearing white pants on a train. Come on, man. It's just very And they did talk to one counselor, and he said essentially the same thing I did: is all these hobos have a void in their soul, and they're running away. They're all running away from something. What they're running away from is the fact that everybody, and they know themselves, that they're complete fucking assholes and losers. I objected to that video because it starts off portraying this guy living in a shelter and actually saying that he was affiliated. That's a gangster term. Hobos are in no way any kind of profiteering, profit-making mob of any ethnic group. And it's particularly, you're either a made man or you're affiliated. If you're affiliated, you're still protected. If you're a made man, it's war. Hobos don't do war on each other. They're out there all busy humping each other and stuff. Hobos appear to me to be just some of the biggest punches. To tell you the truth, I think, as I said before, I think they're running away from the fact that they're homosexual. That every time they get drunk and get around a pack of homos, it all turns into some drunken daisy chain. And when they sober up the next morning, they don't want to admit that they're not the real macho man with the Fu Manchu, who's like steel that don't bend.